We humans have always prided ourselves on having conquered the dark. We illuminate our cities with millions of neon lights. We light up every corner with our phone screens. And we dismiss the fear of monsters under the bed as a mere remnant of childhood. When faced with a dark hallway, your instinct is to reach for the light switch. With just a tiny click, the order of the world is restored. But the SCP Foundation knows a much harsher truth. That light is not an absolute power. It is merely a fragile membrane, an illusion of safety we create for ourselves to cover up the fact that there are shadows in this world that refuse to be illuminated. Today, we will not talk about a world-destroying entity or a grotesque creature from outer space. We are going to reopen a file on something much closer to home, something right beneath your feet, a man-made structure hidden away in an ordinary building at an ordinary university. But once you step through that door, the natural order collapses, and any light you bring with you will be swallowed whole. Welcome to SCP-087, the story of a staircase that never ends. If you were walking across the campus of Redacted University, you would probably never even notice the door. It looks exactly like the door to a broom closet or a janitor's locker. But if you could see past that disguise, you would find a reinforced steel door, equipped with an electro-release lock mechanism and an industrial padlock. Four heavy-duty hinges are permanently bolted to the door frame. No one is permitted inside, and the SCP Foundation has absolutely no desire for anything inside to have a chance of getting out. The containment procedures for SCP-087 are not an attempt to cage a wild beast. It is a desperate warning sign. Do not look down into the abyss, because once you open that door, you will be faced with an architecture that defies all laws of physics. SCP-087 is an unlit stairwell. Its structure is simple, even tedious. Every flight consists of 13 steps descending to a semicircular landing. This is followed by a 180-degree turn, and another 13 steps leading further down. It repeats like this. The surfaces have no windows, no side doors, no lighting system, just cold, rough concrete walls. But the horror does not lie in its architecture. The horror lies in how SCP-087 reacts to light. No matter how powerful a lighting device you bring, from high-intensity flashlights to ultra-bright halogen floodlights, the light cannot pierce through the darkness beyond 5 flights of stairs. The space below seems not only devoid of light, but it actively absorbs it. It becomes thick, invisible, and suffocating. And down there, about 200 meters from the observer, is a sound. It is the crying and pleading of a child, estimated to be between the age of a toddler and a preschooler. The cries are agonizing, echoing up through the concrete walls, piercing straight into human instincts of empathy and protection. Anyone standing on the top landing will hear it, exactly 200 meters below them. But here is what makes SCP-087 a living nightmare. No matter how many steps you descend, no matter how deep underground you go, the source of the crying never gets any closer. It always maintains an exact distance of 200 meters, like an eternal lure dangled in front of a prey, seducing unfortunate souls to step further into the dark. The Foundation sent 4 Class D personnel on 4 different explorations down into SCP-087. Each exploration was a journey into madness. And now I want you to brace yourself, because we are not just going to read those reports. We are going to put on a hazmat suit, strap on a video camera, and step through that steel door ourselves. Imagine you are one of those Class D personnel. You stand on the topmost step. The heavy steel door slams shut behind you, severing all contact with the safe world. The only light you have comes from a 75-watt intensity shoulder-mounted flashlight. But that light seems crushed, barely illuminating a single flight of stairs before being completely swallowed by the darkness. You start to descend. 1, 2, 13 steps, a semicircular landing. You make a 180-degree turn. Another 13 steps, on and on, repeating. Beneath your feet, the child's cries echo. Help me, please. The cries penetrate the concrete, piercing straight into your eardrums. You walk faster, hoping to find the source of the sound. But after 50 flights, then 100 flights, then 200 flights, the crying is still there. exactly 200 meters away from you. Gravity seems to weigh heavily on your shoulders. The air grows thick, carrying the musty, stale scent of a place devoid of life. Cold sweat breaks out. The suffocating feeling of claustrophobia begins to tear at your mind. And then, at the 389th flight of stairs, when you pan your flashlight down to the next landing, you see it. SCP-087-1. It is a face. No body, no limbs, just a face hovering in the air, protruding from the thick darkness. It is the size of an adult's face, but entirely devoid of any living features. It has no pupils, just two stark white rolling eye sockets. It has no nostrils. It has no mouth. That pale, deathly white face is looking up, staring right at you. There is no anger, no malice, only an absolute soullessness, a presence entirely aberrant to natural laws. And even without a mouth, the child's cries are still echoing from the void below. SCP-087-1 is not the child. It is something else entirely. Then it begins to move. It doesn't walk. It glides toward you. The distance closes in the blink of an eye. Your survival instinct screams in your brain. Run! You turn your back and sprint up the stairs. The darkness seems to be chasing you, snapping at the heels of your shoes. You run past 10 flights, 50 flights, 100 flights. Your lungs burn, your muscles scream from exhaustion. The staircase seems longer than when you descended. In your earpiece, the Foundation's radio transmission has been reduced to meaningless static. The moment you look back, that stark white face is only a few decimeters away, completely dominating your field of vision. Not a single sound, not a single breath. It is just there, stripping away your last shred of sanity, until you collapse, or by some miracle break down the door to escape, carrying with you a permanently shattered mind. The SCP Foundation has tried to determine where the bottom of SCP-087 lies. During the fourth exploration, an exploration whose logs have been almost entirely redacted, the subject descended continuously for over 70 hours. Let's do some simple math. Over 70 hours of continuous walking down the stairs. The depth the subject reached far exceeded the depth of any geological structures in that area. Physically, this staircase should have pierced through the Earth's crust, reaching the mantle, where temperatures would melt reinforced steel. But the temperature inside SCP-087 never fluctuates. It constantly remains at a deadly chill. This absurd geographical structure points to a horrifying truth. SCP-087 does not descend into the Earth. It descends into another dimension, into the bottomless stomach of a hidden entity, or a fissure in reality itself. And SCP-087-1, that soulless face, perhaps isn't the predator. The child's cries are the bait. That face might just be something born to prevent people from going any deeper. Or worse, they are the previous victims, stripped of their mouths and noses so they can never make a sound or breathe, eternally suspended in the abyss. The consequences of the fourth exploration were so severe that the SCP Foundation had to issue an absolute ban on all access to SCP-087. The steel door was welded shut. The surrounding area was locked down under the guise of an engineering project. They thought closing the door would be the end of it. They thought locking the darkness inside a box would protect the outside world. But 2 weeks after the door was permanently sealed, security personnel began reporting a new phenomenon. A knocking on the door, rhythmic, regular, echoing every 1 to 2 seconds. And the most terrifying part? The knocking didn't come from the hallway outside. It came from inside the steel door. Someone, or something, had climbed those tens of thousands of endless steps, traversed the absolute darkness, and now it was standing right behind that door. It knocks. It knocks constantly. It knocks forever. Human helplessness is most evident at this moment. The SCP Foundation may forge the strongest of locks, but they can only delay what is trying to escape. That steel door is not a solution, it is merely a countdown timer. And no one knows how long that layer of steel can hold before whatever is knocking decides to step outside. We walk downstairs every day without a second thought. in apartment complexes, schools, workplaces, or even right inside your own home. It is an instinctive, unconscious action. You step down and your brain defaults to assuming that, after a few turns, your feet will touch a flat, safe surface. You believe in geometric structures. You believe in the linear architecture of mankind. But SCP-087 exists as a chilling reminder. This reality is far more fragile than you think. The SCP Foundation can weld shut the door at that university. They can temporarily keep that eyeless, noseless face bobbing in the dark, and prevent that knocking sound from echoing any further. But they cannot erase the presence of the abyss. SCP-087 is not the only trap. It is just an exposed fracture on the surface of a world already filled with bottomless voids. Tonight, or perhaps tomorrow, when you have to walk down a dimly lit passageway, when the hallway lights suddenly flicker out, and you are left all alone with thick darkness closing in around you, in the exact moment you prepare to step down onto the next stair, pause for a second. Listen very closely. Did you just hear the faint whimpering of a child echoing from the deep below? Or worse, the footsteps of something slowly climbing its way up from a space that shouldn't exist? Don't look down. Just keep walking and pray that your final step truly has a bottom. Have a good night.